Welcome to the stream. Are we ready to do this? And welcome to the CKMN KFPL Season 2, brought to you by the KFPL Media Group. So grab yourself some popcorn and let's get this show started. On today's card, we see kidmanxdx versus Kionerst. Kidman is a first-time KFPL player and is the first Portuguese player to qualify for KFPL. Kionerst is an artist of the game of Keyforge, and he's looking to make his best work yet. So let's get to the evaluations and analysis and get you guys started in this epic battle of Portugal versus Italy. And welcome to the stream. This is Fifth Planet Keyforge. This is Jupiter coming at you with a big thank you to Run He Said, who is rating me with a party of 9. So if you're not familiar to Keyforge, get ready to be, because I have with me a very special co-host today in my good old time, like day one friend of Keyforge, Mr. Boulevard Blake. Say hello, Blake. Yeah. Yeah, this is an old like United Archons thing. We used to do this. We do have a 5-minute delay, so anything that you type in the chat and stuff like that will not be responded to in a very timely manner, because what we have for you today is a live event of Kionerst versus Kidman. And what we're going to do is we're going to jump into some deck evaluations and stuff like that and give you our ideas of what's going to happen. We already know what's been banned, so we're going to give you guys the chance to play a game and see if you can guess what is banned. So with that said, why don't we start and go over Kidman's decks? So pick. Well, then you play it and see if you can figure it out. I was actually pretty sure I knew the bans and I was not wrong. So pick a deck. Okay, so red specialist Allegra is Kionerst's deck. That's a hard thing to say. A lot of sizzle to that. Yeah. Okay, hold on. Let's look at all Kionerst's decks first too. So we have Gear Song. It's an 85 SAS deck with Dis, Logos, and Shadows. And then we also have Virag, Boom, Irritito, de Venaforte. Now, these are quick looks because we're going to come back and talk about them. But those are the 3 decks that are being proposed. And he said he would ban red. He went right to the gas, right? And I can't see that deck not getting banned either. So that was my one of my choices. And so now what we can do is we can take a quick look at Kidman's. That way, when we do our evaluations of why we did what we did, you'll know better like why we chose the matchups that we chose. So the first deck for Kidman is Amma W Russet Fighter. This is his Worlds Collide deck. What do you think of this deck? Kidman. It's Amma W Russet Fighter. It is it's an 81 SAS deck that has Saurian, Shadows, and Untamed. Basically, it has a double Ghost Hawk, like a lot of redundancy in this deck. There's like double Subtle Chain, double Tribute. There's a Chain Gang to go with that, obviously, with the Subtle Chains and stuff. And you hear the wonderful thumpings of Harlan in the background. He doesn't go anywhere, unfortunately. So he's basically bored and he wants his phone. So like that's how I'm going to quell him while I do this thing. But you see that this deck has a city-state interest. It has Imperium, Double Tribute, Six Emperor, like lots of really nasty Worlds Collide stuff here. Wouldn't be surprised if this wasn't a high priority, and this is the highest SAS deck that Kidman brought with him, so that is interesting. The second deck that he has is called Lycum Runply Guardian. So like or Lycum Runply Guardian is a Dis Mars Shadows suite, and can you see that one? Do you have that one on your list? Weird, like interesting. But Maybe you clicked under them. I did that like when I was doing the thing before. But like Lincoln Runply Guardian is basically a Disc Mars Shadows House Coda deck. That's a 73 SAS. Has double Miasma, double Relentless Whisperers. Like just this is like the good stuff. Like Coda stuff for Discs and Shadows, and then it has Mars, which is a very like bipolar house. Like there's people who love Mars and there's people who hate Mars. Double Deep Probe is actually pretty relevant. I think that card could really do some damage. So it's kind of scary, but this isn't the scariest Mars house I've seen, but it is a pretty big Mars house as far as bodies go. So might deal well with like a Saurian board or whatnot. So we'll see what happens with Leak. Yeah, Guilty Hearts is says something about how much people hate dinosaurs anyway. So then the last deck he has is Weirdfoot, the Chieftain Boss, and this is his deck. It's a 79 SAS. Lots of pips here, capture and amber, so and a couple of damage. So this deck is basically running off of a really sweet looking Saurian set. It has the Wonder Twins and Charbis and Scylla. I love those two guys. It has double Ludo, which is the heart and soul of all Saurian cards, and it has 3 Thero Centurions. So this deck gets pretty deep really quick. And then when you look at Dis, it has some good stuff too. The double Mindfire, the Mark of Dis, has the Waking Nightmares, which are interesting in a mirror match, right? Because you can really tax keys pretty heavy. It does have a Infernus, which is the hottest card in the meta right now, and the Untamed Suite has some bounce. It has some artifact control. It has some board wipe. It's doing a lot of good things here, and it has a key cheat. So interesting. So out of these 3 decks, Blake, which one do you think would get banned? Weirdfoot. Okay, so the actual bans were Amma W Russet Fighter, which is the 81 Worlds Collide deck, and Red Specialista Allegra. Like that was not a surprise. Yeah. So.
So I think it's going to slow the game down as well. And with something that has a timed situation, this deck I feel could just be constantly like stymieing your efforts moving forward, and that's why I didn't like it of the 3. I didn't get rid of it.
So welcome to the stream, Blake. I just turned you up because the mic wasn't loud enough. I guess people said they couldn't hear you. So.
Oh, okay.
Hey, I told you there's always something that goes wrong with my stupid streams because I have so many things I'm trying to do. I'm trying to coordinate the people, get Blake talking and everything else. But sorry, amateur hour. But you should hear Blake fine and dandy. Jay Peg, thanks for telling me that. I cranked him all the way up. So if you can't hear him now, it might be too loud, but we'll see what happens. Series of jumps. So it's probably buffering, maybe. Like I don't know what that is, but it's what it is. It's what we're gonna do for now. I can only do so much, but here we go. So what we're doing now is we're basically discussing the deck choices, and basically the bans are Red Specialista and Amma Russet Fighter. So the decks that are coming to the table right now is what I'm trying to get situated. So off of these matchups, tell us where you see the favorites and who do you think takes this one home, Blake?
Sorry, just quickly going back. I think the Amma Russet Fighter, I can understand why it was banned. I think that 6 Emperor double tribute and the double Hawk were a big factor in choosing that one to be gone. I will say I do think that we're gonna see Kidman take this one. That's my call.
Really? Okay. Well, I'm going to go with the person I've dubbed the artiste. Kionerst is. I've watched him play, and he's a very clever player. So I'm going to take the opposite side of this one. I'm going to play devil's advocate with that. Even though I am all about my Portuguese brethren, and I really hope he does well, because this is the first appearance of a Portuguese Keyforge player on the KFPL. So he was the first one to ever qualify. And then Philipeg, or J. Felipe G.
Whichever one you want sorry, to say. Man. I meant Kionerst as well.
Oh, okay.
I'm getting all confused. Yeah, sorry, I don't have the deck names in front of me. Yes, I know. I'm going with Kionerst, and I think he's gonna win as well. And I think Barog Boom is gonna put a world of hurt on. That's my call right now.
Yeah, so the first matchup that we're going to see is going to be Likium versus Gear Song. So let's take a quick look at that before we get moving. They're getting the game ready now. So we're going to see Leakman coming from Kidman, and that is his Coda deck that has like just a lot of good stuff and some interesting Mars board presence, right? Versus Gear Song, which is double gateway, so lots of board control, which is gonna counter that big board state from Mars pretty well. It does have the collar as well for extra headaches, and it does have speed with the library access library time traveler combo. So um,
And it is interesting. There's only 10 creatures in the deck as well, so I don't think the
mhm.
board wipes are gonna hurt Kionst as much.
No, he's gonna be
Well, actually, you know what? These are both low creature decks, so this is going to be interesting to see who flies faster, I guess.
Yeah, they both have 16 raw amber, so that is interesting.
Yeah,
And so I think it's gonna be the deep probes are really off. Are actually the deep probes. If he hits one of those on like logos say and like wipes out some of these creatures and weakens his library access turn, that could be pretty relevant. So it'll be interesting
yeah,
to
I agree.
see like if he gets to that point, but I don't know. Let's see. I'm gonna get these guys ready. I'm gonna run the FaceTime back at you so you see my wonderful beard because my beard is rocking. And we'll see what happens as hopefully they have the game set up and use the right password because that is the biggest crutch in the KFPL commentating group is trying to find the games. Let's see. Are you in their game already? Have you found it? Blake? Did I lose you?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I do not see their game at all.
Okay, so it might not be up yet. So I'm going to put it down as only show new games and give them a quick PM to tell them get their butts into the table and let's get this on the road. We got people that want to do stuff. So let's see. Do do do.
Maybe remind them the password.
Yeah, they're in the process of getting there. So as soon as they're ready, we'll switch over. I won't forget, and we will get to this game. It's always a little bit slow when there's language barriers. So I know we do our best with that. So
Oh, there's a game with Siaka versus Siaka ABR,
huh? Oh, yeah.
and just to show it popped up, someone must be testing.
Yeah, he's probably testing. There's a lot of testing going on. Like I noticed, like in the week before the KFPL. Yes, I'm partly dyslexic. Sorry, I type backwards sometimes. A lot of times, actually. That's why spell check and editors are great. All right. You don't know how many times I send my stuff to people to double check for me because I'm so paranoid about it when I'm making videos that I have to basically go crazy. So let's see what happens here as we move forward and things go. Again, remember there is a 5 minute delay engaged on these streams, so
All right, I
responding,
see the game is up.
yeah, responding to you guys is not going to be the easiest until after this is all said and done, and then I'll take what I can get out of it. But I see that Kionerst has entered the game. Boulevard Blake is here to help with the commentary, and we are going to have Kidman here. So let's go ahead and do this quick intro and get this game ready to go. Match number 1, baby. Let's go. Here we do it. And here we come.
All right.
We are ready for round 1. Hope you guys like that as I fumbled through the transitions as I always do. Um, but
Yeah,
we are,
and to both players, may your Amber never be stolen. Your keys forged promptly. Let's go.
yeah. So here we go. We have ourselves a good stream group right now. We had 16 people at the time I mentioned this. Hopefully it goes up. We'll probably see about. We've been averaging like 30 on these, so let's see if we hit it. But yep, Kidman is basically telling her to be quiet, saying hi, mom. He's ready. So good luck, have fun, and let's see what happens. So it looks like it is going to be Kionerst on the play. Yep, 7 cards. So what kind of hand do you think he's looking for here to start the game? Or not Kionerst, it's Kidman that has the opening hand. Sorry, I did that backwards.
um, I'm thinking that I wouldn't be surprised for a deep probe even just to kick things off, but
Yeah.
just because there's 2 of them,
Do you
and it
think?
kind of gives you an idea of what's going on. But I mean, based on what's going on, I think you want to almost get some dis artifacts out and established potentially.
Yeah. So anything with like this artifact, the deep probe hand. Do you see anything in shadows being good for a start? Not really, right? Like
Not at
I
all.
think
No,
I want
not
to see
even
that
slightly.
later. Yeah. So he does come out and
Yeah,
gets
there it
a
is.
Library of the Damned in play, and that's an archiving tool for you people that are new out there. And the archiving tool is a wonderful thing in Keyforge. A lot of people don't understand the value when they first start playing, but it basically puts a card to the side and lets you have it for later. So in essence, it's like 1.5 cards for you because you get to basically get rid of a card for a turn and draw an extra card. So it's a huge tool. And so we see an early Logos turn here, kind of small, right, with just a Kehoe put on the board, or a Quixo if
Yeah.
you want to call it that.
Yeah, I went wild wormhole into gateway into then playing a soft landing to get Quixo out, which was kind of interesting.
That's a
Oh,
crazy.
and there's the deep probe play. Shadow Self, Call of Subordination, Relentless Whispers, Dr. Escater, and Nerve Blast. So definitely a Shadow's turn next time.
Yeah, so he knows what's coming, but there's a Chuff Ape on the board now too, and that Chuff Ape is pretty relevant. He's big. But we do know that there's a collar too, so but the collar would be
Yeah,
kind of sad because the Chuff Ape would just kind of sit there. Like
yeah.
he doesn't do a lot of work in that situation. But to get him off of the his opponent's side, it might be okay. He's gonna chip at it right now and see if he can't get some value off it that
Oh,
way.
here we go. Getting the artifacts out.
Yep, the lash,
The
the
artifact
library.
suite is basically established. So going for a cycling play clearly there.
Hmm.
Getting the most cards out of hand to get more into hand. So let's see how this progresses.
Yeah, let me make the screen a little bit bigger. I can do that for you guys. I've had some people say that I have too big of a monitor and it's too small, but I usually like the space. I'm a clean person, and this like close-in version like this gives me a little bit of the cramp. So like, so I'm gonna do this just for you guys as I suffer through these half cards.
And the customs office looks like came out a little bit too late because there's not much artifacts left,
Yeah, if I was on the
if any.
if I was
Just
on
one.
if I was on the play with clearance, that's like a card I want like first turn. That would have been sweet.
Yeah,
But it's kind of like Binding Irons, like how Binding Irons is like really good early on, but like the later the game goes, the worse it gets. So
yeah.
we'll see.
I I definitely think that this Mars board is coming out pretty oppressively.
Yeah, it's pretty silly, but that's the value of playing the game.
Wow, and right up to 9 right there.
Yep.
Ghostly Hand got the full 3.
Ghostly Hand's a great card. It's not so good in
Hmm.
an Infernus based meta, but when you know there's no Infernus, like card is amazing. So
Yeah, I have to say it's interesting. The Kidmanx is not getting much Ember generation going right now.
hmm and that's odd with 16 raw Amber, and we haven't seen hardly any Amber play.
No, but
Like
a lot of creatures out.
we
So
see
that next gateway is gonna be a painful one
yeah, well
because one's been burned. There's one left.
the Shaffles is there now too, so
Oh, here it is.
he's chipping down a little bit. Oh, bam.
There it is. Yeah,
Mm.
had to. That's all that happened.
So there's the big
Was just a gateway.
yeah, so there's the big discard, right? The collar, because he knows that the collar probably
Yeah.
doesn't have as much value anymore because he's already killed so many creatures. Like
Yeah, and I mean, in a low creature deck, it had low value to begin with because
mhm.
there's not. Here might be the beggars can't be choosers sort of mentality might have had to come into play, but now, yeah, it's definitely nothing at all.
Oh, we
Oh, that
see
bait.
we,
Oh,
we
here
see the
comes some good
bait.
stuff.
There's the relentless
Oh, and the
whispers.
relentless whispers, very nice. Wow,
Bad penny cycling,
S-
baby. Woo.
that
Oh.
was impressive. That was a turn right there. So he was at zero ember at the start of the turn, if I'm not mistaken, and took Kionerst off check through a series of shenanigans
He was
and
at
got back
he was at
into it.
he was at one ember, but yeah, it's still a lot of amber he generated right there with the bad
Yeah.
penny cycle, then discarding that bad penny because her use is done, right? Like what she didn't discard, you use it
Ooh.
to pawn sacrifice.
Did you see that? No creatures, the Nerve Blast, Poison Wave were basically almost whiffs.
Yeah, but
Well, not
they
really,
generated
but
amber, so he did get
yeah,
amber.
they got the Ember, which is
And
good.
there's the tax.
So,
Oh shucks, that tax is gonna cost. It's gonna make this
yeah,
game interesting. Oh, here comes library access though. Oh my
here it
God.
is. Let's see what happens.
Wait till Sunday. We have a library access turn for the Sunday show that we found in the league that is absolutely insane, and it won the game 3. So it was a crucial library access turn. We're gonna highlight it as our play of the week. So
Nice.
there's a teaser for you. It's gonna be amazing. It was so cool.
Oh, got the help from Future Self Play.
hmm
So all those good board control. Wow, and this oppressive logos board. You talked about this, Jupiter. You said
Yeah,
you called this, didn't you?
yeah. This is what's gonna happen. But Kidman did get off to a nice head start. Ooh, mass abduction for some value.
Yeah,
Ooh, this is still fun. Like Kidman is doing what a good keyboard player should do, and just pushing pressure and taxing at the right times, right? And then coming back
yeah,
with the
indeed.
thing. So he did like tax the one key for 9, right? Like so it was like that's
Yeah.
basically it's like stealing 3 amber. Like it's a great play for those new people. Sometimes you want your opponent to forge for that bonus because they end up losing that amber in the long run. Whereas if you just stall, they come back and like basically have a turn where they can sneak it in, and then they have all that extra amber to use for their second key. So
hmm
Kidman playing
It's
like a
it's it's
pro.
cool seeing these bursts happening because none of them really have scaling Ember control aside from the Lash.
Yeah,
So it's kind of fun to watch them just both just go
I mean
go
it's
ham and
yeah it's a race. Like there's no like thing, but
yeah,
establishing that lash early was huge.
yeah, it was.
There's a miasma too.
Oh
All
wow.
right, wow. Like he's just generating so much value. This is looking good for Kidman.
Yeah,
He,
this deck was definitely performing above for me.
yeah. So that is crazy. But I never count the Italians out because they have this weird way of coming back. They basically they get
Well,
hit.
he's got now the tax.
Yeah, he's got the
Does he
tax
have the
and the
cards?
life ward. He has a life ward too. That's pretty big. But the question is, can he pull back enough amber?
Well, he's only got Nerve Blast in terms of his stats. We still got two Nerve Blast to pull on
hmm
and an Urchin because we haven't seen the Urchin yet. Aside from that, though, the Ember control is lacking. You might have to go disc just to. If he goes to, I think if he goes to 10, can get there. The game might be out of reach.
Yeah, I think he definitely has to be aggressive on his amber push right here, right? This is a good time
Yeah,
for a deep probe too. If he can,
yeah. To see,
there it
there it
is.
is.
Yeah, deep probe.
Urchin, Nerve Blast, Gateway, Pawn Sacrifice. So they're not enough. So he knows if he goes up, he has to call Lash.
Yeah. So that's pretty solid. That means he has him trapped in the house and he can just put pressure on
Oh,
now.
he's yeah. Now this gives him the advantage. He could burst ahead right here because 6 is not enough. That allows him to use his Nerve Blast.
But he has to go into dis. Like he has no way to get him off of key if he doesn't go dis, right? That's like what we saw with the urchin.
No, he
Has
goes Shadows here because he can
yeah,
pull him off check.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. But
Life
like,
wards. Yeah, here we go.
does
Ooh,
he?
look at this.
Yeah, but four
Ooh,
four is not enough. Like now he can burst heavy and he has a good chance
yeah.
of winning. But the life ward could like because like it's not the going Mars is interesting because like I don't he doesn't have that much Mars pip action, does he? Like
No, I
uh,
think 1, 2, 3, 4.
he's already played a lot of it. So like
Yeah, I don't
and
think
then
he's not going to
custom.
get there. He's only going to just going to check. He may have a hand that's clogged. Could be the problem.
Yeah.
He
Well,
deep probed again.
is he hoping to get to a with deep probe? You don't go you can't go shadows here. You got to go dis, right? Like I'm thinking.
Yeah, he has to.
Actually, dis doesn't really have anything at all. So and but, like I don't think he even hits a creature here. I think his hand is just loaded with spells. Like, okay, he goes
Well, he's got Poltergeist
Logos.
here, which he can Poltergeist actually his lash and put him in a good position.
Oh yeah, that's really good. That could be the swing right there. That could be the game. Wow, this game is great.
Yeah,
Oh,
twists and turns.
that deep probe is basically saying you're about to get hosed by your own lash, because he can tax for 12 or for 6 to make it cost
Yeah,
12, and that's like way more than he can afford. And then that's also going to put him. Will it get it? But it won't get him to check though that way.
check. No, he went Mars
Oh, oh, he went.
or Logos. Sorry to
Yeah,
use
Logos. But
because
he
soft landing is
phase
in
shift.
Logos.
But he's phase shifting to get that extra value. That's perfect.
Oh, and then yeah, phase shift to use the Poltergeist anyways.
Uh
Put
huh.
himself into check.
Uh huh. So this
Let's see
is
what he plays out.
this.
This could be it right here.
So Kidman has to take one amber. There it is,
Oh, there
charette.
it is.
And now he has to make one amber here somehow to keep that pressure. Oh, foot off the gas. This could be really bad. This could be really bad for Kidman. What a
And he
great.
had to discard the life fork 'cause he didn't want to give the Ember because
Yeah,
of Customs Office.
right. Like it's a null play. I think he saw that last turn actually when he was thinking about stuff because he had like a delay on the whole what he was going to play, and I think he realized that his artifacts are out of the way at this point. He has 5 cards in archive too, so that's interesting. He's probably trying to get stuff out of the way. But
Ooh, red hot armor. Gateway, yep.
ooh,
That puts to 7. That may be enough.
we'll see. He has 5 cards in archive. You got to think there's something there. Like hopefully,
It's got to be Shadows play.
is he going to draw? Oh, here
Yeah,
comes.
there it is. Bait and switch. We're gonna see a bait and switch and a bunch of other shenanigans. There's the bait.
Yep,
There's the
there's the
urchin.
urchin. Oh, this
Can he
game is
go?
so like
Can you go to 10?
this is so
Oh, he got
heavyweight.
to 9. I think that might be enough.
This is so heavyweight.
I think 9 might be the magic number.
We'll see. I mean, he has lash,
Uh,
and he
no,
doesn't
he needs
have,
lash, and
but
he doesn't have the other
he doesn't,
piece.
and he doesn't. Well, he doesn't have any other way to tax in dis. Like he doesn't have a steel creature, so he can lash, but I think he's dead like that. Like yeah, he's dead. Kidman took it. All right, so
Wow.
what a game! That was a great way to start this off. Blake, what do you think? Welcome back to Keyforge.
Yeah, I gotta say, Leaky M definitely performed way stronger than I thought just from looking at the deck. Its ability, I think, to stall keys was what won it the game. Like at the beginning, he got to this point where he was miasma, and stalling, and then just kept pushing, and then allowing himself to just suddenly. I think he did a good job of setting up and just going.
Yeah, and man, wow, that was just that's like a great thing that we have. So like man, that was a great like first game. Like I am excited to see the next game. Kidman pulling out some great plays and realizing the speed that he needed to play with, and just got there. Like can't say
Yeah,
can't say more about it, right? Like that was just amazingly played, and it was like
they got to a
literally.
point where they're playing chicken. Who has the Ember control the most? And I honestly, I thought Kionerst had it when he took out the lash, but no, he did not. That
Yeah.
was that was fantastic.
Yeah, but like it looks like Kidman's asking for a minute or two to basically unwind a bit. I'm pretty sure that was like two heavyweights going into the middle of the ring and like knocking each other out. So we don't want anybody to get like an anxiety attack or like have some kind of stress from playing Keyforge. This is a game we play it because we love it. So then when they're ready to go, we'll do more. But so the next matchup is interesting, right? Because we know that there has to be a shift for Kidman, right? Kidman has to go into his other deck, which is Weirdfoot, the one that we said was really good that we thought would get banned, that you said you thought would get banned.
Yeah, I'm
So
I'm I'm actually curious he didn't lead with that one because I normally like when I do tried. Sometimes I like to lead with my strongest first, and I would say out of the two, that one felt stronger. But maybe his confidence in with Leaky was stronger, and that's why he went for that.
I think
Because now that also means. Sorry.
I think that's interesting because I'm the exact opposite. I'd rather play my weakest deck first and know that I can fall back because they can switch decks even if they lose, right? So like I think this
Oh,
in
right.
this
It's not the
situation,
classic
yeah,
things
it's
where
not
you're
the
stuck with the
classic where you're
deck.
stuck
Yeah,
with the
yeah.
deck. Yeah, so I think putting your anchor as your strongest deck is good because if you lose that first game, you know you're coming back with your best deck, right? Like, and so it'll be
Now
interesting.
here's the question: does he switch up his decks or go with the same one? Because now in the matchup, he may have the advantage of being playing a deck that the other person's not familiar with. Because now he knows what Gear Song does, and so does he want to? Because I think in this is a heavy creature thing, so you could also use Gear Song because of the high pips and great board control as a counter. And I think that might be the way to go. Stick with it.
I mean, he has to win. He has to win with both, but I do think that Gear Song is more fit to fight Weirdfoot. Weirdfoot, in my opinion, because of the speed and the
Hmm.
board control. There's just like so much board control, and the dinos and stuff are gonna be a little bit slow. They still have 14 raw amber, so they're not gonna come out too slow. But like, it'll be interesting to see.
12.
14 for Weirdfoot.
Oh, Weird Foot. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at Varog. It's also got dinos in it.
Yeah. So here,
Yeah,
let me show
I
the
almost
people
I almost
the two
wonder if
decks. I'm gonna
I'm
show.
almost wondering if switching to Varog might be the play because he just knows the matchup is fresh in his mind from playing against Gear Song. So switching it up and then going back, it's kind of causes the mind to have to flip flop.
What do you guys
What would
think?
you do, Jupiter?
I think I stay with Gear Song as well because I think it's just a better matchup, and I want to have that because I think that for me to win with Varog, I'm gonna have to high roll pretty high. Like it's a pretty tough matchup, I think. He does have 17 creatures with 3 Phalanx strikes, so there is that,
Hmm.
that value in the Mimic Gel and stuff like that. But I think that Varog
And
is
triple
actually,
Tau Tau is nothing to scoff at. I mean,
yeah,
with if
like
you can
it's,
get Edi with an encounter suit could be really powerful.
yeah, the speed of it
And a
is
light of
pretty
the
good.
Archons.
And like in Wordfoot doesn't have any speed, so it might be good to change to Varog and just hope to outrun it. But the problem with that too is that, well, I guess actually too, like Weirdfoot's going to be pretty good against Gear Song in the sense that there's a lot of Amber pips. So like
Hmm.
there is the two Mind Fires, so they're more likely to hit on something. So I don't know.
Not to mention the double waking nightmare because of the disc. Although there isn't a lot of disc creatures, so there isn't that kind of issue with you contributing to that key. You only have two creatures that can really do anything, so it's not a huge deal.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting, I think, to see what comes of this insanity. Like
But definitely,
let me check
I
back
think
with the.
definitely Kionerst has the both decks are going to cycle really well. Great efficiency in between both decks with the logos in both doing just those things.
Yeah.
I think Mimic Gel is going to be a really good card in this matchup. Actually, I think it's going to do some work. I'm calling it right now.
Mimic Gel is always a good card. It always does something. So we'll see what happens. But everybody's getting the result of K1 at this point. They're all with the GGs, yeah, excited. So I didn't give him my standard reaction. Blake, I don't know if you're actually watching the stream too, but when you get this, this is my standard reaction for Kidman. Even though I did pick Kionerst to win, I'm gonna give you the flag. Woo! For my Portuguese guys. Super excited. They've been overperforming, and they're such a new community to Keyforge that Jay Philippeg has done a lot of work
Yeah, I was gonna say
to get them
he's probably
moving.
going nuts right now.
Yeah, like and then like Kidman beat him to the KFPL, and then Jay Phil doesn't even get to be the first Portuguese person in the KFPL. So, but he did qualify
Yeah,
shortly after, so that was good. But with that said, so like we're waiting basically to see like if Kidman is ready to go.
they're waiting for you, dude. We're all in here.
Well, I've been asking in the chat like for like 15 minutes.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. Everyone, we're all in here. We're waiting for you.
you guys.
Kidman's like Jupiter ain't here. Let's wait.
Yeah, you gotta wait. I got graphics and stuff I want to run still. Nah,
Yeah. So hop on in. It's
I'm looking. I'm looking. Yeah, I'll find it. Is it in competitive?
I can't remember now.
There's a lot of games now that like that.
Kjorn's created it.
Yeah, I'll find it. It's in here somewhere. There it is. All right. KFPL. Let's watch that. Let's get ready for match 2. Let's go. Yeah, I got corny intros. I don't care. We're having some fun today. All right, we are good to go. I forgot that I can't type GTG anymore because I guess that means got to go. But all last season I did it, and at the end of the season I got called out saying, "You know what that means, right?" And I'm like, "Good to go," and they're like, "No, got to go." And it's like I claim my dad card on all these things because I am 40 plus years old, 44 years old, going on 45, and like I am allowed to be wrong about any acronyms that these kids have. So.
Well played, sir. Well played. Always playing the dad card.
I am a dad. I got 8 of them, so I think I'm proven.
Yeah, you have multiple dad cards.
I got the stepdad card, the random like stranger dad card, like the one that basically just shows up and takes kids in because they can. I have the real kids card, 4 of those. Like, I got all kinds of dad cards. All right, so
Ooh, let's see
here,
what happens here.
so we see that this time around, Kidman is who's on the play. I didn't catch the mulligan. Kionerst
It's
reshuffled.
Kidman.
Oh yeah, so this is Ludo right
Oh,
off.
interesting.
It was
What happened?
Kionerst was on the
Oh,
play. He
ghostly
played
handed.
ghostly hand.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he ghostly handed to kick it off.
hmm So he took 2 amber, and then instantly we see Saurians. This is a good start for where Kidman
Yeah, I
needs
was
to
gonna
be.
say
And he did go with
that
gear.
was my call.
He did come with gear song. So like I think he's in the same mindset of where he thinks that his board control is going to be the
Yeah.
difference here. But
The
with this,
Ludos though are gonna he needs to get rid of the Ludos or else he's not gonna get the value of
yeah,
certain things.
yeah.
It actually could hurt him.
But I think you just give up that amber and hope that you just keep outpacing him because I think that if you try to kill the Ludo and be cute with it, then you're giving him time to reap and really make his own amber and stuff. So it's kind of a catch
Yeah.
22 for Kionerst here, right? Like it'll be different. It'll be pretty interesting. There's that mind flare for value. See, it hit the. Oh no, he hit the. Never mind. He hit the Gongoozle to get rid
He
of the
hit the
mind
mind
flare.
fire.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
nice.
that was a good play. Oh, and he stole the Ludo. That's a good call.
Awesome. Now the
That's a
values.
really good call.
Now the values kicking.
Now he only has to worry about one more.
Yeah. But like that's a little bit easier to deal with, and he has the life ward at the ready. So I feel like Kionerst is in a good position right here, right now. Like, and he's already made 4 amber, so he's like trucking along. This time he's getting out ahead of Kidman, and we await to see what happens. Oh, here comes.
No, that happened last time too. Is Kidman didn't generate any Ember and then suddenly just flipped it.
Okay, so we're having a judge call here. Uh, da-da-da-da. All right, let me see what he
Well, they're going
wants.
over the judge call. What do you guys all think about this matchup, Gear Song? I think that this is going to this start was very oppressive, but due to the high creature count, this life forward is going to put in a ton of work today. I see us going potentially even Untamed next, because I think that Untamed having the Reclaim by Nature, Savage Clash is not going to actually be that potent, I feel, but it does provide the Key Frog play, which I think might be the ultimate sort of way to go here. On the flip side, do you think the lack of preachers is gonna hurt, even though there's a ton of board control here? I think at the end of the day, only the 2 gateway to disses are going to be able to really slow things down and the double life ward. So we'll have to see how that shakes out because the poison waves and nerve blasts are gonna do some, but not enough. I think
All right, so
the
I had to look at some backlog here a second.
in the game.
I just have to read something because he's asking me a specific question, and I don't want to answer it wrong. So, da, da, da. Okay. Whoops, I should probably not have this on the screen. People can see his question, but you see the question that is at hand for him. So you want to. Okay, so the question he had was Basically, if he Markov disses on the Ludo
Ludo.
this turn for his thing, would he have to pick Saurian? And the answer is yes, as long as the Ludo survives to his turn. If he kills the Ludo, then it would basically set him
Ooh.
back to pick whatever he wants.
So
So
we give him a 2 minute time extension for that one because I feel that's a pretty. Is that
yeah,
a valid question?
yeah, it's a valid question. Like it's a tricky situation. We'll give him a 2 minute extension, like for sure.
That is now that's looking like a pretty slick play too at the same time, and he might be regretting stealing that Ludo at this point.
Yeah,
What do you
probably.
think, Jupiter?
Um, it's it's a smart way to catch back up, right? Like well, I guess
Yeah, and
he's
he's obviously got to pop his life ward now. He doesn't have a choice.
yeah, because like this is gonna get out of hand pretty quick if he doesn't. But he does get to use the Ludo, so at least to do something, like if he wanted to.
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean, you take out the Thera Centurion. I think is the obvious choice. Get your Ember back,
yeah, I think so.
unless he just reaped with them. Interesting.
That is
He did not
interesting
pop the life ward,
because there's no value there, like in just reaping with it, because it's not gonna do. I guess I mean he's not capturing anything, so yeah, I don't get that at all.
and and I wonder if going to 5 Ember is what he didn't want to do because that would have been the difference. But when there's here comes their claim by nature, one life ward has been purged.
That's a big
See, I don't
play.
know why he didn't pop the life ward. I'm curious. There's a ton of creatures. Like Untamed is pretty much all creatures. I'm feeling a little bit like, did he do that on purpose? Like, what was the reasoning for that? Because now if Fandangle's out,
Maybe there's a gateway coming. Maybe he wanted
it's
him
got to
to,
be. But
but I
do
mean
you want
that,
to do a gateway combo?
well, yeah, because if you pop life, it has to be a gateway. Because if he didn't pop the life ward, I'm thinking in his hand he has to have a gateway because he wants him to commit more creatures, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And
that's
so
got to be it. That's
that's
got to
the
be it.
trap. So if I don't see a gateway on his turn, I'm confused.
And here we got a Lost in the Woods.
Yeah, which is interesting because it will bring the Ludo back to his deck.
And he obviously took the one that has pips and threw it back in.
hmm So I'm assuming that we see a gateway to this here, but maybe the value has dropped now because he took three creatures off the board already. So I don't know. Like we'll see, but the gateway will put
Well, I
him
mean, the
onto
gateway still
check.
gets him. Yeah,
Well, actually,
still
it
gets him
won't.
in check.
No, it won't because of Brabble. Brabble will trigger for three.
Oh, still three. Yeah.
Oh, lose three, I believe, not steal. Brabble's annoying. Yes, it's lose three. I have a deck that I lent Sydney SC Steel for this tournament called Omni Snout, and it has three Brabbles and a Pain Mail. So fun.
Oh,
Yeah, it's really good in the mirror.
all right. So he just went shadows, and it looks like a little bit of cycling because the poison wave got rid of Brabble, which made him lose three.
Yeah,
But I guess it protects. I don't know. That's. I guess I think he was stuck. I think he's not getting good draws right now. It's kind of my feeling.
yeah, but I mean, maybe like but the game is still 0-0 basically. It's not.
Sure.
It's very close still, so like nobody's really established a foothold here, and I think that we've seen more tricks from Kidman than we have seen from Kionerst.
Kionerst.
So
So there's tricks up his. He's got some tricks up his sleeve, is what you're trying to say, right, Jupiter?
a little bit. And we still have that big logos turn. Like until that happens, I'm not convinced that Kionerst is out of this because the logos combo with the phase shifts and stuff gets really crazy.
I think we could see a gateway here, though. Seems appropriate.
I think the gateway is very relevant here, and I think he's had it the whole time too. But this is
Yeah, I think you might be right. Does he have the? I guess he's conceding the key though, because if he goes dis, he has no
he
way of
has to.
taking him off check.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
But it has to be a gateway turn right there. But he's putting himself on key too, so that's not bad. And
Yep.
now he has a steal mechanic in this as well, so that's not too bad. And he knows that there's a lot of dinos that are out of the way now. A lot of the thickness. So
I think we see a logos turn next. It's got to be.
uh, it's due, right? Especially if he
Yeah.
can pop that life ward with a good logos run. That'd be very
Yeah. Get
interesting.
a big board.
hmm
The debate is on. Maybe he doesn't have the strongest logos hand right now, So or he's stuck with everything but the access, and he's wondering what he should do. Does he delay a turn or just go with it?
Hmm. So they're debating the ruling of what we were talking about with the question Kidman was asking, and it's what I said is I know for a fact it's correct. I've had it happen before, and it's like if you as long as you have that creature still on the board when it takes the damage from Mark of Dis and at the start of your turn, you will have to call that house. But if the creature dies during your turn and you pass to your opponent with having marked him for Saurian, your opponent would get to choose any of the three houses because it's no longer a legal target to pick. So that's how it works. It's kind of weird, but
You mean at the so if it died at any point, so you could Mark of Dis it and then kill it after, and then it would invalidate the Mark of Dis, is what you're saying.
right, correct. If that makes sense.
Okay. It
So
looks like he was digging, he went Time Traveler and Wild Wormhole looking for library access. So I think my call about him debating whether he should actually just play out
I think
some.
it also puts him on key to catch back up, right? Like to kind of put
Yeah,
himself.
for sure.
He's
And then
come.
he threw Time Traveler back in the deck too. He soft landing his Time Traveler, which I think is a cool play.
Hmm.
I don't think you want to quick sode and draw into anything. Although you could have taken out the Citizen Shreks.
But it's not overly relevant. Sometimes you leave a creature like that on the board and tempt them to use it because you want them back in
Hmm.
that house. And I think that he knew that the house was not going to be Saurian at this point because there's already a lot of Saurian out of the way.
Yeah.
So now,
Oh, and Waking Nightwear takes him off
what? Told you those cards would be relevant.
because of his own
Creature.
creature.
Yep. That's why it's pretty sweet.
A double Waking Nightwear, it looks like too, because there's only one creature.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Subtle Malls out, which we did not see last game.
Hmm. They're just now getting to the Ludo play, so it's fun. It's fun to watch a 5 minute delay because you're like, ah, you guys are so far behind. I'm time traveling. uh, but it's always my goal. I wanted to be a time traveler. But
Here's my question: Is
your question?
do we see a Storian call just because he puts him off check?
Hmm. I don't
He
know.
goes up. He can go into check because you reap with Citizen Shreks. That gives you 2 Ember, puts him off check, then you reap with Centurion, you're in check.
Hmm.
And if he's got anything with Ember pips, then he can Centurion and remove the Ember off of Citizen Strix because of the issue plus ward it.
Hmm.
So I guess that's the play he's doing. Yep. No, he just went straight into check. That's it.
Yep. It's pressure. Like this is that maintain your amber
ABC, right?
pressure.
He's
Yep.
just gonna ABC it.
Always be checking. Sounds like a rap song that we should make for for Keyforge. Always be checking.
Yeah.
It's all about the gold, about the amber. Even though there is dark amber, but whole nother story. That's like part two of the ABC song.
Yeah, indeed.
You guys are taking me back to my childhood. There was a band called ABC, and now you got that stupid song that they had stuck in my head. Another
I'm glad I
bad,
don't know it.
yeah, another bad creation. ABC 1, 2, 3. ABC, the East Coast family. Oh God, you guys suck. I'd rather have like Harlan's song stuck in my head at this point. That was Belle Biv DeVoe timeline. It was in that era.
Mm,
If you even know what that is.
I don't.
Hmm. Well,
All right, so he went Shadows. Ooh,
yeah,
got rid of the Infernus. That's huge.
that's a big hit.
That's really big.
Yep. That's one that he was banking on, I knew. And now the game's like this game is like another slugfest, man. And I think that the longer the game goes, the more it favors Song. And then next game, if we
Yeah,
get to game three, is going to be just another brutally fast game, I think. But this is like what we expect in Triad, right? Like when you're playing at this level,
yeah.
like you expect to see brutally like tempo push games, and I think that it's delivering. Like the league has been awesome to watch. I've seen some great games already. I know this is your first one, but man, this week has been nuts. It's been so fun. So if you're making sure that you're out there, there's plenty of people creating content right now. If you're Italian, Team GG has it on their YouTube page. You can catch Call of the Week with Brobnar. He has a video already out. I know that the Exalted they've got a video out with the Void. Muffins is online with Callum tomorrow, so make sure you check out Muffins' Twitch stream. And there's just gonna be a lot of people like pitching in. So as we go, we have Rob 1K from Can't Touch This. It's gonna be doing some games, so check out his channel. We'll have more information on Sunday about all these places to find the KFPL as we bring you the Sunday recap at 2 o'clock Eastern. That's like my read for the game. uh,
That was a big burst,
and there's a key
but
frog
he does
now.
get to forage.
Well, there's a
He
key.
does get to forage.
The key frog is deadly
But
though. It puts
yeah, he's set up for the key frog right now.
Yeah, because it's basically, I think you kind of blow it. Yeah, make him waste all that amber, bring him back down. That was a good play, actually.
Yeah.
It's that tax for 3 and like make you pay for it instead of like we're gonna key frog on my terms versus your terms, which is huge. Because if he had reaped out that board state and had a key frog still, it could have been game over. So that was
I wonder if he held the gateway. The previous turns. I believe he went dis.
Yeah, I believe he did.
Which I think is the right play because he was probably planning on lashing him. So because he played the lash the previous turn.
Now
he knew he was going back into it.
Now the big thing is that there's 2 gateways out of the way and stuff like that. So this is really the window for Kidman to put pressure on, because there's very limited things that can happen here. Like how many nerve blasts?
Here's library access. No, not yet. He's still digging for that library access. He must have got it here, or it's in the last 4 cards of his deck.
So 3 nerve blasts out the way. So he has no amber control.
Oh my goodness.
He has no amber control left in his deck. If Kidman goes to 6, this is game over. But this is crazy.
No, he just cycled everything though.
Oh, there he goes. Yeah.
And he probably drew into his library access. Oh no, he may not even got his library access. So by flipping his deck, he actually guaranteed he did not pull library access.
And there's like so much like logos on the board now. It's rough, but he does have the bat drone there to steal. Does have the dock booked in to draw more value. So he's basically just looking at this as
he needs his fade shift. He kind of needs to cycle into the phase shift though. That's the play. Like if you're gonna go logos, you need to steal one and hopefully you library access phase shift into something more potent. Well, he got rid of the bat drone now because he saw that.
Well, he has to, right?
But can he go into check is the question.
I think it's crucial that he does, because if not, he will be he'll have to answer next turn. But we'll see what happens.
Ooh, that Ludo is very double. Those are very strong because that's check on the board right there.
Let's see if he drew it. Did he draw into his gateways? Those words
they don't matter, but the gateways don't make a difference because the Ludo thing would stick no matter what. So all that ember disappears.
Double gateway would still kill the 2 Ludos, and that has to happen. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't leave. Like that board is nuts now. Like that is definitely favoring him to go back into Saurian and just reap and play whatever else he wants. So, and I think
if he can use logos to go way up though, that may be the answer because Strix is only stealing 1, and with so he's getting 2 gone between Snarette and that.
That's also asking him not to have an answer, which he has multiple answers.
And he has flipped his deck too, so that means he's got access to Spoils of Battle again.
He has
the Centurions,
the Waking Nightmares or Waking Nightmares. Like there's a lot of things, and his Key Frog is live again. Like it's lurking with the Savage Clash. So that's kind of.
I really think that the library access phase shift, he needs to cycle like crazy to get stuff in his hand potentially. I think definitely this could be a 2 game. I think Kionerst is on the back foot here without a doubt. You're right. Oh, and he goes shadows. Could be cycle play as well.
There's the customs office way late again. This is not the time you
want. But
I
don't even. Is it really relevant?
Anything? No, actually, I don't even think he has any artifacts.
No, he doesn't have any.
Yeah, so the card is a dead card anyway.
He did not go to check.
That's sad. This is tough.
He's tough. Top of the ward though.
Yeah, that's good. But he can reap here and just put him on 4 and put himself up.
We'll make him force him into this unless he has an extra card.
Yeah.
In which case he will lose the exact same way 2 games in a row where he went to 9, had to go dis, and 9 is too much in dis because you need Pit Demon on board for that to be relevant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless he can collar the Snarette. That would be one way is you can lash collar the Snarette, but then you're putting 2 Ember on your side. But you put it next to Shadow Self, a little better.
Yeah. There's a couple weird options, but like man.
It's definitely he's definitely having to get creative with how he's gonna get out of this hole, that's for sure.
Yeah. I could see like Kidman pondering. He's like, how do I put the death blow on, right?
Hmm.
All right. It's got to be like crazy, right? This is his first big event. He's being streamed. Like the Portuguese hope is on him.
He
is,
went diff.
is it hope or hype? He's playing basically 385 average SAS decks versus his average 77 SAS.
Ooh, Brabble, the anti-gateway card.
That's good. Oh, and he goes to 6, and he puts the tax on, and he goes to 7, and he marks into shadows.
Oh,
This could be
I
game
would have
over.
gone logos personally, but I'm guessing he was worried about. No, he should have gone logos.
I don't.
Oh, they would have
I
died. They
think.
would have died. Oh no, they wouldn't have.
Eh.
Shadows would have.
Oh,
He did go
he
to
didn't mark.
logos.
What did he mark? Oh, he marked logos. Yeah, I was gonna say. I saw 2 damage. I guess he hit the dock. Maybe. I don't know. Like what happened there.
Yeah,
But that's interesting. But the logos has no like good way to deal with this. I don't think. So this could be GG.
yeah. Logos GG. The wow, 2 games. He took it.
Two
He
to
took it
nil.
in two. The Portuguese hope.
Oh wow! Look at that guy go. This is like some serious like world class gameplay in the league, man. Kidman, amazing job. You played a wonderful game, and
Agreed.
it's so fun to watch. Uh, oh
It's
man,
true. The Shadow Self got him the game because he would have been able to go into. Yeah, that's true.
so much like insane play happening in the league so far. And this is my last live cast for the week. I'm getting ready for Sunday for the big show at 2 o'clock, and there are some fantastic games on the way. Blake is working on some KeyForge projects. If you want to pitch any of them or talk about any of them, please do.
Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm just doing my thing, unboxing videos on my YouTube. It's Boulevard Paper Fight is my YouTube VLVD Paper Fight. And yeah, I got my hands on some French Worlds Collide. So if you would love to hear me butcher the French language, then you can tune into those. I was told actually I'm not too bad, which was really floating my ego.
Well,
But yes,
you're Canadian, so it's like you're supposed to have some kind of French, like
I was
practice.
taught French when I was young, but I live on the West Coast, and we do not deal with those silly shenanigans of really taking in French. It's everywhere, but it means nothing to us essentially.
That's funny. I guess I assume that most Canadians know French because I live in under Quebec basically. So
Yeah,
there's
of
like
course you
there's a
would
lot
get
of
it. Yeah, no,
yeah.
we are taught it. It was mandatory, but as soon as you hit high school, you no longer have the mandate to do so. And I think most people convert to Spanish, believe it or not.
It makes sense. I mean, it's all good. I mean, I had to take French in college and high school because Spanish was too close to Portuguese, and it was really messing me up. So, and it's
Oh,
and now it doesn't matter because I don't remember any of anything. So it's all good. But yeah, that was amazing and pretty awesome. Blake, I'm glad you got to witness these games. These games were really good. We were both wrong. We all both thought Kionerst had an advantage. But
I
it,
still think you should have switched decks. I still feel very strongly about that
mm, I just think that
because
Kidman.
he knew exact. Because I think the Markov displays
Mhm.
really have the advantage when you've seen the deck in action once. So that's my feeling on that too. So
Yeah, it was interesting, but again, it goes to show you that the player makes the deck, and in this case, the lower average, right? Like let's do a quick look at this
hmm
real quick. So you had Wormfoot at 79 and Leckman at 73, just outran a 85 SAS deck basically because there was 85, 84 left. So like for all those people, like pilots make the difference. But also mass mutations, and it shows the power of the pips. Like in mass mutations, they are
yeah.
very very game warping and game changing. So to all you new players out there, if you're looking for a good time to join and play,